And we welcome you to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Rattlesnakes for the continuation of Week 3 here in the SFLm. It's the 1-1 Albuquerque Adams against their fellow 1-1 rivals in the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Hello, everybody. Ethan Muslin here alongside my partner, Eric Vinson. Eric, we got two teams both at 1-1, going with it in a very short season, needing every advantage they can, and a win tonight would certainly get them back into the front seat.
Yeah, absolutely, Ethan. It's a 10-game season, so as you mentioned, every single game is going to count for both of these teams. Albuquerque, the perennial powerhouse that they are, the champs from a season ago, going up against the Rattlesnakes. Still plenty of talent there. Going to be plenty of two-way players on both of these teams, meaning that they are playing in both the majors and the minor league here this evening. So we're going to see plenty of talent flash on the football field, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game, but we're really hoping that Kenny Slider has a big coming-out party, because the past two games, he has not scored a single passing touchdown this season, so he's going to hope to rectify that in tonight's matchup. Albuquerque going to kick off to start the game. They will get the ball to start the second half. We got Ye Verity for Albuquerque on the tee, and we are off and running from the Cornhusker State. Ball taking going to be taken about the 6-yard line. Run up the middle, down to the left side, and wrapped up down to the 28-yard line. Nice 22-yard return for number 83 of Lincoln, as Caleb Walker doing kick return duties. So here comes Kenny Slider in his final SFLm season. As I mentioned, no touchdown passes as of yet, but still Lincoln 1-1 despite that. And they're going to hopefully see some passing action here. They're going to go with a heavy set here to start on first down. Run up the middle, and it'll be a couple of yards for that is King Hunter, the fullback. Going to get about 3, set up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's always important to get your fullback involved a little bit early on as well. 1-2 punch in the backfield, always a good game plan. And Kane Hunter, 6 foot 220, a little bit of nimbleness to him, not necessarily a big hefty fullback that we usually see from that position.
2nd and 7 with a shotgun set in 2-2. Looks like a tight end flex to the left side. Slider going to throw the deep ball, and it's caught down inside Albuquerque territory. Big catch there from Willie Tabor Jr. and a big first down.
And that is one of those two-way players that we talked about at the top of the broadcast, Las Vegas Fury member as well. Just a nice little route right over the middle of the field, over the top of the second level of the defense. And a good pass by Kenny Slider, who's completed about 74% of his passes despite not having a touchdown pass.
Handoff to Logan Lee is going to go for about 5 yards as he runs up the middle. We'll introduce some of the more notable players here on the Lincoln offense. Talked about Kenny Slider and Logan Lee there, along with Kane Hunter in the backfield. Wide receivers are going to be Willie Tabor Jr., the Vegas player on a two-way contract. Other wide receiver for Lincoln is John Fullerton, and the other two-way player on the offense from Denver is Brian Murphy. 2nd and 5 with Slider in the shotgun again with 4 wide. He's going to pitch it out right, and Lee's going to get room for the first down, and there he goes! Goes down to the 20. It's down to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln!
And that was a very, very intelligent play design from the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Going to line up the pitch play with 3 wideouts. He's got 3 blockers in front of him just instantaneously, just like that. And boom, look at him running downfield already. And Lee was very, very patient, following the blockers the entire way. Didn't force anything. Was going in, was going out. He was weaving his way the entire way into the end zone. A great drive and a great play by the Rattlesnakes.
Logan Lee's 2nd rushing touchdown this season. Prior to this game, he's averaging about 4.5 a carry, totaling 151 yards. That one easily putting him to about 180 with that score. Kick here from Topher Kiefer is up and through. We've only been about 2 minutes or so into the ball game, and it's now a 7-0 contest with Lincoln on top. Albuquerque yet to get on offense. See how they fare up here as they get possession for the first time tonight. Kiefer to kick this away. Be a nice kick, going to be taken down from the 12. And cut up the middle, it's going to get swarmed up. And that's a return from Bo Laverne, doing the kick return duties for Albuquerque, setting them up right exactly at the 30-yard line. And that will bring up the former Tacoma Grizzly in Ty Patak, who's now leading the Albuquerque squadron in his final season here in the SFLm.
And he's looked pretty good. 3 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Completion percentage right around 65%. Not quite where you want it to be, but he throws for a ton of yards.
They're going to hand it off here on first down, but he's wrapped up immediately in the backfield. That's Josh Slapp doing the running duties there. He got immediately taken down by Charles Michael and TJ Harper. And that'll be a loss of 1. We'll introduce the rest of the Albuquerque offense. We saw the backfield in Ty Patak and Josh Slapp. Wide receivers are all two-way players. Honus Adobe from Atlanta, Ed Williams from Indianapolis. And the other two-way player they have, their tight end, Craig Westlake. He's on loan from D.C. Second down, and Slapp going to run up the middle, and he'll get about 5. And he gets wrapped up and taken down by Ham Anderson, who's also of Indianapolis. And they'll bring up third down and 6.
And Slapp is a good running back for the Adams, averaging over 4 yards a clip, 148 yards total this season. So he has the ability to get himself into the end zone as well, tallying 4 touchdowns.
Attacking a throw on third, and he'll get the catch. Gets it right to midfield, and a first down now for Albuquerque. Nice little pass there. That one going to Honus Adobe.
Yeah, Honus Adobe, the Atlanta Swarm two-way player. And Albuquerque playing with a little bit of tempo here, making sure that they get themselves up to the line, not giving Lincoln a whole lot of opportunity to reset to what they're doing.
Going to be a 16-yard gain from that pass to Adobe. Bring a new set of downs right at the midfield stripe. 3 wide receivers against a nickel set. Attacking a throw down to the left side. Caught and immediately going out of bounds is Honus Adobe. He did not want to get wrapped up by Harper there. They'll bring up second and down after a gain of 6. We'll introduce the rest of the Lincoln Rattlesnake defense. On the line, you'll want to look for Anthony Robertson and Charles Michael, 90 and 66. Dimitri Monzuma, the Week 2 signing. He's a linebacker alongside TJ Harper. Jonte Jordan, Snick Farms are corners. Safeties are Ham Anderson of Indy, JJ Spike, the Week 2 signing, and Luke Swift from Vegas. That run went nowhere, unfortunately, so it'll be right back to the line of scrimmage up to the 45 of Lincoln for third down.
And 3rd and 5 is still third and manageable, so they got an opportunity here to convert. Like I said, Albuquerque, they're coming out fast and furious here.
2-2 here for Ty Patak. From his shotgun set, got slapped to his sidecar right. Quick step, throw down the middle, into coverage and caught for a first down. It'll be an 8-yard gain. And once again, it's Honus Adobe who seems to be the prime target tonight.
Yeah, Adobe has been the prime target for sure. And they've been doing a good job getting him the football. And it's honestly been Ed Williams as the primary bell cow as far as receivers go. He's got over 200 yards this season.
Another throw here for Patak is complete to Slap on the screen. And he'll get caught and run out of bounds for a gain of 5. And that's another tackle there for Harper to bring up second down.
Yeah, and 5 yards, that's going to keep you ahead of schedule every time. Albuquerque doing a good job just taking what the defense is giving them, moving quickly, efficiently, and just taking what the defense is giving them, like I said, not forcing any plays early on.
Going to a 3-wide set with 2 tight ends in the shotgun. Ty Patak going and changing up the play. Everybody's starting to adjust here against that nickel set. Attacking the step back, throwing the deep ball to the right side. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Albuquerque. It's Craig Westlake making the catch.
Yeah, and Westlake did an impressive job on that play. Coming down from on the line there, and was able to run a nice little corner route. Linebacker was in coverage, got completely lost in coverage there. And a nice throw, nice recognition by Patak to make sure that he found him there.
Yeah, just ended up getting lost in the coverage, and Westlake just ended up wide open, nobody around him, and he just waltzed his way into the end zone, finishing off about a 3-minute drive for the Adams. That will bring out Ye Verdi to kick the extra point to tie this ball game up. Nice little snap and hold, kick on the way and through, so that will tie it up at 7 with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the league, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. It can be taken here from about the 6. And another run up the middle. A little sidestep to the left. And a nice 21-yard return for the Rattlesnakes. They set up position at the 27. So both sides have fired off with a touchdown in their first drives. We'll see how they settle down here for their second.
Yeah, both of them coming out looking good so far. Albuquerque coming out a little bit up-tempo. Lincoln, not as much. The run play was a big chunk play there, but we'll see how they respond here on the second possession.
Slider under a little pressure, going to throw the short pass. It'll be complete to Murphy, who gets the first down up to the 40. It's going to be a nice gain of excuse me, that's John Fullerton, the wide receiver, making the catch for 13.
Yeah, and this was just a crossing pattern going over the middle, and Slider did a nice job. Saw he was open there, and he was just the beneficiary of the corner just being out of position on the coverage, and a nice little run and catch and a first down.
Nice little 13-yard pass from the short throw to extend that down to pass the line to gain. The 1st and 10 right at the 40-yard line. 4 wide receivers. 4 Slider stepping back, throwing right side. He gets a completion to Fullerton again, who runs out of bounds on the 46, gets a gain of 6. Couldn't quite cut up field there just yet.
Now, still a good job, and it's still yardage. Get you closer to the stick. 6 yards is nothing to shake a stick at, and that'll keep you, again, ahead of schedule and keep the drive moving very progressively and very efficiently.
So the 2nd down and 4. They're going to hand it off up the middle for Lee. He gets the first down and a little bit more. He'll get about 7 to bring it up to the Albuquerque 47-yard line. We'll introduce the Albuquerque Adam defense. We haven't had a chance to do that just yet. On the line, you've got Mickey Gibson. Linebackers are Michael Smith Jr., the Week 2 signing, and Sim Broski, alongside Ace Singletary, the two-way from Charleston. Corners are Ricky Robinson and Tobias Gordon. Safeties are Alex Marshall, Gold Osborne Davis, and from Louisiana, Dante Grimm. Slider going to be under center here for 1st and 10. Going to step back, has some time. Going to clean it out to Lee. Oh, but he got swarmed immediately for a loss of 4. Good stop there on that play. Looks like there was Reese there to help make that stop.
Yeah, the Adams defense, that was the reason that play got blown up so quickly. There was absolutely nowhere for Lincoln to go and Kenny Slider to make any sort of progressive play on that last play call there.
2nd and long now with Twins to the right. Slider with a good throw. Going to get it a good chunk of that yardage back with an 8-yard gain. There's Brian Murphy there making his first catch of the night.
Yeah, Murphy just sat right up the middle of the field there. A little bit of an arrow route coming off of the tight end spot. Just sat right there in the defense, looked for the football at exactly the right time, and that got him a good chunk of yards there.
They're going up to 3rd down and 6. Slider going to have the 2 and 2. Lee to his right. Here we go. 5 receivers this time. Throw right side. It's caught, but ended up going back to the line of scrimmage, unfortunately. That was a catch made by Caleb Walker, so that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll have to punt this away.
And great coverage on the play by Gold Osborne Davis. Just blanketed coverage. There was really nowhere to put the football, and that was really the only option for Kenny Slider on that play, is to just take the 1 or 2 yard completion.
Yeah, absolutely. So this will bring out Frank Gussie to punt this away. Hoping to get this down inside the 10, and it will bounce exactly at the 10 and roll out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Beautiful coffin corner kick for the Lincoln special team to pin down the Adams.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your punt unit. And man, just a great spot for that punt to land yardage wise in a great area of the football field as it just trickles out of bounds right around the 6-yard line inside the 10. You'll take that every time.
Absolutely. So that'll set up Albuquerque inside the 10 for their second drive. Going to go into an eye with 3 wide receivers. Handoff going to go up the middle. Slaps, evades one, evades another. Gets a first down, and he's loose! Wide open down to the 40, down to midfield. This could be 94 yards on one play. Touchdown, Albuquerque!
And Josh Slap lays his customary slap down in the backfield. He was dead to rights for a TFL, but he threw a nice stiff arm and a great spin move to keep himself free, and then there was no one that was going to catch him. Ham Anderson did a great job trying to keep pace with him, but impressive speed and an impressive run by Josh Slap to take him the entire way.
That is a play that you are going to send to scouts and coaches up in the majors and say, look at that, look at what I can do, look at what I can bring to your team. You know that that's going to be clipped and shared by Mr. Slap as he ran 94 yards to the house to give Albuquerque the lead. The kick here from Verity up and through. 2 consecutive possessions for the Adams give them touchdowns, and they're now leading at 14-7 with 3 minutes to go here in the first.
And that's an energy play there too, Ethan. Like that's one of those plays that your boys along the sideline, they are jumping up and down, they are getting rowdy, they're getting all pumped up, and that gets the rest of your team ready to go and make a play out there. That's what you want on your team.
That is definitely a momentum shifter to give your guys the energy and momentum they need on their side. But oh man, we almost had another one there as Caleb Walker tried to sidestep and evade a few tacklers, but he ends up getting out to the 32-yard line. Almost had ourselves another big game there.
Yeah, and that's going to be the type of game that we have here today. Albuquerque, like I said, has been a little bit more fast-paced. Other than that giant run that we just saw from Josh Slap, a little bit more up-tempo and trying to get to the line quickly. And Lincoln has been very, very efficient as well.
Slider to throw on first down. Nice completion to the right side to Murphy. Gets the first down to the 45. Easy little 12-yard gain to move the chains.
Yeah, and that's what I've been talking about as far as being efficient for this Lincoln offense. There really hasn't been any sort of flash to their offensive play call, but as you can see on the replay, it's been very, very efficient. Murphy ran a very, very crisp route there, lost the defender in coverage, and just hit himself towards the near sideline for a wide open catch and a 12-yard gain. You can't beat that.
Absolutely not. Resets the downs. 1st and 10 now at the 45. Handoff up the left side for Lee, and he'll end up getting 4. And he got wrapped up there from, that is Michael Smith Jr., the Week 2 signing linebacker, to bring up 2nd and 6.
And now we're seeing Lincoln get a little bit quick to the line here, showing a bit of tempo.
Yeah, they're the only ones who really have had any issues with their drives. Their second one going for the punt. It's been all scoring the rest of the way for both of these squads, and Lee's going to lose about a few yards there as he gets brought down to the 48 by Gibson.
Yeah, but you can tell that both of these running backs are having very early success. Obviously, with that giant run that Slap had on the last possession to get the touchdown, his numbers looking a little bit more inflated than Lee's, but Logan Lee has been very productive as well, averaging over 10 yards a clip.
3rd down and 7, 2 and 2 for Slider. Has time in the pocket. Oh, but he got it wrapped up just when he thought he had some time to do it. Gibson brings in the sack.
Yep, Melt Gibson's getting in there and adding a ton of pressure. Huge frame for him. 5'10", 305. That's a huge man that you don't want any part of. And Kenny Slider, unfortunately, was able to deal with him there.
So that'll bring out the punt unit once again from Lincoln. So far on these drives, it's 2-1 in favor of Albuquerque with the score. A bit of a side snap there for Gussie. We'll take it up to the 25 and get about a 5-yard return on the play from Bo Laverne to set up Albuquerque right at their 30. So looking to hopefully extend their lead are the Adams. We got about less than a minute to go here in the quarter. Could easily do so here with another big drive like they had last time.
I mean, one play and you go 94 yards. That's pretty impressive there, Ethan.
And he's done it before. What makes you think he can do it again? Attack with 3 wide receivers. Slap in the backfield here for 1st and 10. Taking the deep drop. Throws the right side. Oh, nearly intercepted, but falls incomplete. And that was a step in the way from J.J. Spike, the Week 2 sign-in, to knock that away.
Brand spanking new to the minors, brand spanking new to the SFL, and he almost comes away with reservations for 6. Great read on that play to knock the ball down.
You see there's the ratings for Patak, a 152.1 so far. But it's still early in the game. We'll see how it develops as we go on. Patak to throw here on the screen. He'll get it to Slab. He gets some room for blockers, gets the first down, and gets moving down to the 47-yard line. Ended up getting wrapped up by Dimitri Monzuma, but it's another first down for Albuquerque.
Yeah, and when you're watching this play develop, you weren't 100% sure exactly how it was going to turn out, as Patak got himself hit as he was throwing that screen, but Slap did a nice job taking what he could get from the screenplay there, and it ended up being a first down.
Going up for a gain of about 15 yards. They get it up just close to midfield. Patak to throw. He's going to screen out to Slap again. Going to get a few more yards here. Gets it into Lincoln territory for a gain of 7. He ended up getting brought down on that play. It looks like that was number 91, Zeus Howard, to bring him down.
Albuquerque showing pace again, showing tempo.
Keeping the up-tempo. We'll see if they snap the ball here as we got about a few seconds left here in the quarter. They will. Attacking to screen it out again, and Slap going to get brought down from behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be another tackle for loss on the play. We'll get to 3rd down and 6 once we flip the field here as we head to the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books, 3 down left to go, and Albuquerque currently holds a 14-7 lead over the Rattlesnakes. You're watching the SFL Minor Leagues presented by AP Music here on YouTube. We'll flip the field and come right back. Start of the second quarter here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Ethan Muslin, Eric Vincent here on the call tonight. On a 3rd down play for Albuquerque. Patak and a throw. Left side is completed and just short of the first down marker. Honus Adobe making the catch once again, but that will force Albuquerque to bring out the punt unit for the first time tonight.
And Patak might have missed a read there. The out routes obviously were open, but if he looked towards the post routes, they looked like they were developing a little bit better downfield, and it looks like they're not content and they want the offense out there.
They're going to bring out the offense here. It's a question of whether or not they're going to snap the ball. Patak going for the hard count here, trying to throw Lincoln off sides, maybe get a free play. Play clock is under 5 seconds. They can't get it to go, so they'll call a timeout. And that will bring out the punt unit for sure.
Yeah, and it makes sense to me because they're really in no man's land, you know? You can go ahead and try and see if you can get the defense to jump off sides, get yourself a fresh set of downs. You know, you can also run a play there possibly, but it's really not a great area to punt the football. It's not a great area to kick a field goal either, so it's very tough to make a play call from that area of the football field.
Yeah, that area is one of those kind of those equal opportunity areas where it's like it's a long field goal try, it's a short punt, or it's an equal chance that you might be able to go for it. This punt is away for Ralph Bennington. Fair catch is going to be called at the 15. So it's about a 25-yard punt net to set up Lincoln at their own 15-yard line. Liking the game so far, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. As the SFL approaches its 20th anniversary season, there's going to be much more content to come. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Quick thank you to everybody who's helped make the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. First and 10 here for Kenny Slider. Gonna have 3 wide. They'll hand it off to Lee. Wide open space. Gets the first down. Sheds a tackle, and there he goes.
Wow.
Go down to the 50. He's got nobody around him. It's gonna be an 85-yard run for Logan Lee. Touchdown, Lincoln.
And Ethan, watching this play develop originally, I thought he might have been just a little bit impatient getting out in front of his blocker and not letting it develop. But he was able to slip that tackler, slipped the other one there that you just saw, and then he was off to the races. There was absolutely no one that was going to be within earshot of him. And another big run. We've seen a lot of big runs from both teams here this evening.
Yeah, this has been a very run-heavy game on both sides for both squads. And you saw there on that replay, Kenneth Clamp, the guard, once he laid up that block, it was open season for Logan Lee. He had nothing but green and white in front of him. He had nothing to worry about to just run all the way down to finish that 85-yard run. It's be an extra point attempt from Kiefer. It is up and through, so that will tie it up at 14 apiece. With just about a hair over 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. This has been a nice battle between both these squads. It hasn't been a big aerial attack, but it's been good scoring, good hard-nosed ground and pound football.
Yeah, and neither team has seized the momentum yet from the other. It's been, like I said, like you were saying, a very, very good back and forth ball game.
Ball going to be taken here at about the 5-yard line and wrapped up down at the 26. So that's the return for Laverne will be for 22 yards before he gets tackled down from Torrey Perry. So now Lincoln with 4 possessions ends up with 2 scores. This will be Albuquerque's 4th possession of the ball game. They've only had to punt the ball once, so they are 2 for 3 on their drives. We'll see if they can put another score and get the lead here. Heavy set here for the run. Up the middle for Slap. He'll get about 5. And gets taken down to the 31-yard line before getting taken down by Ham Anderson.
It's been a very productive ball game for Josh Slap as he's over the century mark already, just in the second quarter, at the beginning of the second quarter as well. Looks like maybe Albuquerque will start to go maybe a little bit more run heavy. We'll have to see.
They're going back into that power I formation. They'll hand off to Slap again. Cuts back to the inside. I wasn't sure about that one, but he ends up getting 3 on the play before he gets tackled from Harper. I'm going to bring up 3rd down and 2. I think we both kind of noticed he had that outside wide open.
Yes, 100%. You saw it. We both saw it at the same time. There was one man, and he had one blocker in front of him. All he had to do was just wait for that block to land, and he was gone.
He'll hand it off again, right side. This time another 1st down. He'll try to shed a block. Can't do it that time, but he'll get to the 48-yard line. And a huge gain there for another 1st down. That's a gain of about 15, 16 yards.
And a good open field tackle by Ham Anderson to save the touchdown, but this was good blocking up front this time around for the Albuquerque Adams. The fullback, Gladwin Sky, able to make a nice block on the outside. That was able to spring Slap off tackle, and he looked like he was off to the races once again, but Ham Anderson with a nice tackle.
And looks like Albuquerque's still going into that run set. Another power I formation here on 1st and 10, just outside of midfield. Attacking a throw, screens it out to Slap left side. He'll get some positive yardage out of it inside Lincoln territory. And get taken down to the 46 with Snick Farms helping to make the tackle.
Yeah, and it looked like number 78, Denny Henry, was trying to get out there and land a block. Just couldn't quite get himself out there before Slap was able to make the catch. And that's why it resulted in only a few yards.
Another handoff for Slap, going to cut left side. Has a block, gets the 1st down. Going to get taken down to the 41, and there's another 6-yard gain after watching the block from number 34. That's the fullback, Gladwin Sky.
Yeah, and Sky with another great block there, and another patient run by Slap to make sure that his blocks are out in front before he runs past them, this time for a 1st down.
1st and 10 just outside of the Lincoln 40. Twins to the right side in an I formation. Slap run up the middle. Has a huge lane and ends up getting blocked down for a gain of 5. A Huge hit there. Another one from Ham Anderson to set up second down.
Yeah, body slammed him into the turf there. A great play from the defender. And both of these running backs, they've been going off tonight. So we're seeing a battle of running backs, which I don't think we were really anticipating coming into this evening.
Yeah, kind of getting the notice of that in chat. Bit of a running back duel in this matchup. Attack and a throw. Oh, that falls out of the hands and incomplete. Bonus Adobe, kind of the primary target for Albuquerque's aerial offense tonight. Just could not hold on to that one.
He has been getting the lion's share of the targets within this offense when they go to the air. Just a bit of a bad ball, I think, by Patak. Kind of threw it right where the referee was, to be totally honest, the back judge. And I don't know if Adobe was able to locate the football.
Now 3rd down and 5. Offset I with 3 wide receivers. 33 nickel set for Lincoln. The tack and the throw had time. Gonna throw it out left side. Gets the first down just barely. Crossing it out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Hands it up, gets it one to number 13, Ed Williams from Indianapolis.
Yeah, Snick Farms and JJ Spike were out there in coverage. Just a bit of a zone call, it looked like, on defense. Patak doing a good job recognizing that and just doing enough to get the first down to keep the drive alive.
Keeping it alive, and with about 7 minutes to go here in the half. Handoff to Slap on first down is going to go nowhere. We'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage just barely. And Harper a little slow to get up, but he's on his feet and credited with that tackle.
And looked like Lincoln made a nice adjustment there to the run game. Them seeing a lot of those up the middle runs from Josh Slap. Nice play there by the defense to stop him for no gain.
2nd down and 10, 3 wide and 2 in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Slap going to go to the left side, gets about 4. And JJ Spike there to make the stop and brings up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and once again, the front four for the Rattlesnakes doing a nice job just standing their ground. They didn't necessarily get themselves off their blocks, but they stood their ground to the point where Slap had to adjust and bounce it to the outside where the linebackers were.
Lincoln's going to go into a dime set here on 3rd and 6 versus 2 and 2. Pass up the middle's caught for another first down. Brought up inside the 12-yard line, and again, another good catch for Ed Williams. And moves the chains once again for Albuquerque.
Yeah, and a bit of an odd pocket found in the defense there. Jonte Jordan with the stop, but I'm not sure what the coverage was supposed to be on that play. Williams with a nice catch there, and that'll extend the drive into the red zone.
It'll be first down and effectively goal to go here from the 12. 3 wide for Patak. Another 33 nickel for Lincoln. Time to throw left side, and caught and right out of bounds is Adobe. Going to get a 5-yard gain to be out of bounds at the 6.
Yeah, and the way that Albuquerque's been running their offense, specifically through the air, this bodes well for them being set up at the 12 because they like to run those little out routes, little 5-6 yard outs, and that'll get themselves into the end zone doing it that way.
Going to an offset eye for this next play on 2nd and 5. Hand off to Slap left side. He's got room. Penalty marker down. They'll say he probably got to just about the first down marker. But it will depend on the penalty, and I'm fear this might be going back.
Clipping, number 10, offense.
And it is Honus Adobe getting tagged for clipping. So that's going to pop it 15 yards back. And it'll repeat 2nd down.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate play there because it looked like it was designed and being run correctly, being run well. It looked like there was a nice hole there off tackle before Slap had bounced it back inside. But now they're brought back all the way back to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, so it looks like he had just enough to move the chains, make it 1st and goal, but Patak now going to have to throw the deep ball. And that's one thrown to the left side. He gets caught out of bounds, but they're going into a no-huddle offense for 3rd down and 11. Not entirely sure this is a good idea, but it's a decent set to try. Patak thrown to the end zone, caught and in there. Touchdown, Albuquerque.
There was one of the extra wide receivers in the formation, Kenny Jefferson, with the reception there and getting into the end zone. I honestly thought it was a good call to go ahead and call the no huddle. They obviously found something that they liked, and they didn't want Lincoln to get themselves reset. It was a nice play call and a good adjustment to the football by number 88 in order to get into the end zone.
Caps off the drive that went for about 2.5 to 3 minutes. Going off to the secondary wide receiver for the score, and that is Ty Patak's first passing touchdown this season. Hopefully, it will be a few more to come down the line as Verdi going to kick this up and through. Now to make it a 21-14 game with 4:34 to go here in the first half. The SFL Minor League is underway, but it's not too late to create your player and get them involved in the next rookie class. Season 20's rookie draft takes place December 17th and 18th, so don't miss out on your chance. The sooner you make your player, the better your player will be on draft day. For more information, visit our website at simulationfl.net. Albuquerque to kick this away, and the return is going to go up the middle. Ooh, and a big hit there against Caleb Walker. Bring Lincoln up to the 30-yard line. That was a big hit from Jesse Morty.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Lincoln responds here. They got about 4.5 minutes to go, all 3 timeouts to work with, and they've done a good job running the ball with Logan Lee. We'll have to see if he is still the focal point in the offense, although it looks like we might see a passing situation here.
Yeah, they're going into the shotgun here. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Slider with time, gonna heave the deep ball, and it's nearly intercepted. But in and out of the hands of Tobias Gordon. But I think he'll take the deflection any day of the week.
Yeah, Tobias Gordon in great position there. A bit of an underthrow by Slider. He was looking for John Fullerton, who had a bit of a step on the defense. Just a bit of an underthrow there. And lucky for Slider, it fell incomplete.
Bring up second down and 10. Slider going to have 2 and 2 against what looks to be a dime package for Albuquerque in a 41 dime. Slider stepping back, has time, heaving another deep ball. He's got an open receiver. Taver Jr. takes it into Albuquerque territory and another first down.
And Slider throws that ball very, very well. That's a route that he's very comfortable with, is that post route. And you saw it. He was comfortable, eyed it the entire way, and threw a dime to Willie Taver Jr., the two-way player from Las Vegas, and a great way to move the football down the field in a quick fashion.
Yeah, already now in Albuquerque territory after 2 plays. Ends up going for about 26 yards on that pass. Now first and 10, twins to the right. Slider under pressure, gets it away, but it's intercepted! Wrapped up and brought down as soon as he got the catch. That's Ricky Robinson hauling it in.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a head scratcher there because it looked like Taver was just running a little bit of a bump route there, but I don't know if it was just a missed throw entirely. I don't know if he was looking for Brian Murphy possibly on that play. That was just a head-scratching throw by Kenny Slider.
That might have been an instance of he had a lot of pressure coming into him. That might have also been a panic throw, just to get the ball out of his hands to avoid the sack. Unfortunately, it ends up flipping possession for Albuquerque. They'll have a chance to go up by 2 scores here. First and 10 from the 36. Attack to throw, has plenty of time. Going to get it out to the right side. Oh, and it was nearly brought back into the hands of Lincoln. Oh, man, that was a great deflection there from Jonte Jordan.
And Jordan's made a couple good plays from his corner spot here this evening. That one being another one there. We've seen a couple opportunities, not just from Jordan, with the opportunity to take the football back for 6. And we just haven't seen it happen just yet.
Now Albuquerque going back into the power eye, but it's going to be another throw for Patak, and a screen it out the slap, and he'll get caught up behind the line. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play. That's a tackle for loss for TJ Harper, and it's 3rd and long.
And it's a good opportunity for Lincoln to get the football back as well, with not a whole lot of time coming off the clock, with a couple incompletions. And then obviously that one there for the loss. We'll have to see how they respond on this 3rd and long. It looks like they're going to go with man coverage here.
Yeah, they're in the dime set. Patak in the shotgun. Gonna have time on the snap. Throwing the deep ball. Oh, and it's completed to Adobe, who gets it down to the Lincoln 30, flipping the field, and it's a first down.
Yeah, and Snick Farms had himself in good coverage there. It was just better positioning by Onus Adobe to make sure that he had the proper angle to the football, and it was a good throw by Patak as well, getting it out to Adobe and getting a huge play to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Farms was on the coverage, got a bit of an assist from Ham Anderson to help bring down Adobe. Yeah, flipping the field now over to the Lincoln side of the field now on their 30. Power I formation for Slap, going to get caught at the line. Going to get about a yard there before he gets brought down by Fred Carson. And bring up second down.
Clock continuing to move here. Albuquerque with 2 timeouts to work with. Already with a touchdown lead. They do get the football to start the second half, so they might want to choose some clock here and see if they can pull the old double dip.
They might do so here. Another power I. Going to go for the throw. Patak screens it out. Going to get Slap some room, and ended up getting caught by a little bit of friendly fire there on the block. And gets brought down by Dimitri Monzuma, but it'll be a gain of 3, and it'll be third down. And that'll bring us up to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Albuquerque trying to get some points before they get the ball back to start the second half. You're watching the SFL Minor League presented by EPN Music here on YouTube. Attack going to go in the shotgun here as we get started off the final 2 minutes of the first half on third down. Quick pass. Oh, nearly intercepted right out of the hands of number 28. That is the secondary corner, Zach Reynolds. And it looks like we will have Ye Verity come out to kick the field goal.
Yeah, and I don't know if Patak really saw Reynolds out there in coverage. It was just a very quick decision, very quick fire throw, and Reynolds was right there in coverage. Bit of a puzzler there, but Verity with an opportunity to extend the lead.
Going to be about a 43-yard attempt from the left hash. Make this a 10-point game. Bit of a high snap to get it down. The kick is on its way. It is good. Good kick there for Verity to give the Adams a 10-point lead. Now 24-14 with about a minute 55 to go here in the first half.
And a good job by Albuquerque taking advantage of the turnover, getting points off of it, and also chewing some clock in the process. They got the ball back with around probably 4 minutes or so to go. They chewed some clock away, and like I said, they've got an opportunity to take advantage of the double dip since they're getting the football to start the second half. Just got to stop Lincoln here from scoring.
Verity, prior to that, he had made 1 field goal on 2 attempts. So nice to get double up the numbers here, and know you can put it in for more than 1 try. Ooh, bit of a block there on the return, but nothing doing for Walker. But he'll get it up to decent field position for Lincoln. They'll start at their own 32.
Yeah, and Slider was looking good other than that one throw that resulted in the interception that might have been forced due to the pressure. He was looking very, very good on that drive, and Logan Lee has been looking very good as well. We'll have to see what they go with on this drive.
They're going to go with the receivers. Little pitch out play here for Lee again. That was the one that gave them 94 yards. But it doesn't work out this time. It only gets up being a gain of 2.
Yeah, just a couple on that play. Didn't quite develop the way that it did before. But still, not a bad idea on first down there. Go ahead and go with the pitch play. See what you can get, and then set up for second down.
Going into that same formation, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Lee right to his sidecar right. Slider going to throw. Has plenty of time. Goes down the develop. Oh, no. It's intercepted. And this is going to be trouble. It's going to go back all the way. Touchdown, Dante Grimm.
From the Louisiana Revs, coming and playing for the Albuquerque Adams in the minor league, showing his talents, and an impressive pick 6 there. Just sitting, following the quarterback's eyes, locating the football, pulls it off his knee pad there, which is not an easy interception to make for a strong safety. But he did it well, and he took it all the way back to the end zone for 6, and Albuquerque is starting to seize momentum.
Forget a double dip at this point. You're looking at a triple dip for Albuquerque. They look to only maybe get 3 points to end this half. Now they're going to be looking at 10. So you get the extra point here for Verity. Good snap, good hold. Kick on the way and through. That'll make it 31-14 now with 1:09 to go. So now Lincoln on their back step as we head to the end of the first half. They're going to have to get some points on the board on this drive. They want to at least get some momentum, make this a 2-score game.
Yeah, and Albuquerque throwing another haymaker, putting Lincoln on the ropes. We'll see if they can steady the ship here and keep themselves upright.
Verity to kick it away. Walker will take it from his own 12. And he gets a bit of coverage, trying to spin around, couldn't get much going there. He ends up returning it for about 17 yards and sets up Lincoln just outside the 30-yard line. Yeah, to chat just noticing this is not even halftime yet. Yeah, this is a bit of a high-scoring affair. A lot of haymakers being thrown, as Eric mentioned. A lot of big hits, a lot of scores. It's going to be an exciting game. We can't wait to see how these teams adjust going into the second half. Tight end flex to the right here on first down for Slider, who's going to throw it right side. Oh, nearly intercepted again. Oh, man. Michael Smith Jr. nearly had his own pick six, and he ends up knocking it away.
Slider's just got to get himself under control. He is having all sorts of problems finding a receiver to throw the football to, and that was not the throw that you wanted to toss there. Michael Smith Jr. in great positioning with the tight end. There was absolutely nowhere to put that football.
On the benefit, though, it does stop the clock with exactly 1 minute left. We'll see how Lincoln adapts to this set. 2nd and 10, 2 in the backfield, 1 receiver right. They're going to hand it off to Lee, who's caught immediately on the run. It's a loss of 1, and I think Lincoln is content to just let this clock run out.
Yeah, at this point, I probably would be, and that's a feast or famine set there that the defense came out in. Single high safety, you know you're going to be running the football. There was a possibility of Lee breaking that one open, just wasn't to be on that play.
They're going to go 2 and 2 with Slider in the shotgun here for 3rd down. Waiting for some time to things to develop. He's going to throw the deep ball. Oh, he's got the catch! Going to bring it out to inside the Albuquerque 44. They're going to go and reset the play. That was a catch from John Fullerton. Everyone
the old reliable post
set.
route there.
Slider to throw again. Has time. Going to heave it again. Tipped off. Incomplete. Oh, Fullerton nearly had 2 big catches, but Grimm was there to knock it away.
Yeah, running the same play 2 times in a row. Dante Grimm, a bit of a better safety than that, and understands and recognizes the play call. Stepping in front of the football, knocking it down. Gives Lincoln 14 seconds to work with here. They're not quite in field goal range. Going to need a little bit more here.
Yeah, they're probably going to need about 10 to 15 yards to get a decent shot at it. Slider under pressure. Heaving it right side, and it's incomplete, intended for Tabor. Oh, that was a lot of pressure there up on the line. Slider was lucky to get that away.
Yeah, but he had the one-on-one opportunity down there at the bottom of the screen that he was looking for. Tabor, one of his big playmakers, almost made the miraculous one-handed catch. Couldn't quite reel it in, but it only takes 4 seconds off the clock, so they still got an opportunity here with 2 plays to go.
2, maybe 3 plays here on 3rd and 10. 2 and 2 again for Slider from the shotgun against the dime package. Gonna have time as they rush 4. Pass up the middle. Tipped away. Incomplete. So nothing there with that pass intended for Lee. 4th and 10 from the 44. You got to think they're probably just going to go for it here.
Yeah, I know I would go for it for sure. But it looks like they might bring out the punt unit and just lick their wounds, go into the half, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that is going to be the case. Gussie going to be coming out to kick this away. And that will bring us over to the end of the half. We'll see how the punt develops here. As Won't be for anything here other than pride. They'll pin it inside the 10 once again. But that won't be worth much of anything because there won't be any possession to go alongside it. And that'll take us to the end of the first half of play. Albuquerque now up on Lincoln by 17. They lead it 31-14 at the end of the first half. A very high-scoring, aggressive first half with a lot of ground yardage. You can kind of see it there. 140 yards rushing for Lincoln. Boy, this has just been a big rushing battle on both sides of the ball.
Yes, it definitely has, and Albuquerque has done a nice job taking advantage of the turnovers as well. Getting 3 points off of one interception, a pick six off another interception. Otherwise, this is a 7-point ball game. It's a very different looking ball game. So Albuquerque is taking advantage of the opportunities that they've been given. Both teams running the football extremely well, and Patak has looked very, very good, while Slider has struggled a little bit.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of struggle from Slider. He's still waiting for his opportunity to kind of really showcase himself and really get himself out there. Unfortunately, still no passing touchdowns for Kenny Slider. Patak, I was incorrect in stating he didn't have any. That was the 2 he has so far, puts him at 5 passing touchdowns on the season. But yeah, nothing for Slider so far, but you don't really need it when you've got runs like this from Logan Lee, who brought one out for 85.
Yeah, and that was a great run, and Logan Lee's been the bright spot for this offense because Slider, he's having a bit of issues out there, just trying to find the right receiver and trying to find a place to go with the football that isn't a white jersey. So, rely a little bit more on your running attack. I know that's tough to do while being down by 17. Otherwise, you're going to have to run some plays that enable you to just get the football out of your hands quickly and gain some confidence with the passing attack.
Yeah, and you kind of saw in that last little clip there when Slider got pressured, he just threw that ball out in almost a bit of a panic, and that ended up contributing to one of his interceptions. So it's like they're going to have to do a little bit of adjustments here, try to get things squared away, because this is what you don't want to have. This is the bad stuff. This was kind of what kind of really put Lincoln in the deep dark hole when Dante Grimm brought this back for 6.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that other interception was a bit of a panic throw as well. He's making his progressions, looking down the field, looking. That timer is going off in his head. He knows he has to get rid of the football, so he finds the first receiver that he can find and throws a bit of a low ball to where the the safety Grimm was able to make a play on it.
Yeah, and it's not for lack of trying. Slider still has 120 yards passing so far tonight. So he's definitely making progress down the field. It's just an unfortunate circumstance of, having some rotten luck on the throws, and ends up going, one of them goes all the way back, the other sets up another score for Albuquerque. So this will hopefully get things adjusted, get things taken care of. We'll get things back underway from Lincoln as they kick it off to start the second half here. Ball going to be taken about the 14-yard line. A low kick there for Laverne. He'll end up getting about 15 on the return to set up Albuquerque at their own 29.
And the Lincoln defense doing a nice job responding to the rushing attack of Josh Slapp and the Albuquerque Adams towards the end of the second quarter there. We'll have to see if they made any further adjustments to combat the run offense that they've been having.
Attack going to start with 3 wide and an offset eye here for 1st and 10. Quick step, pump fakes. Oh, and that should have been the time to throw, as he ends up getting absolutely laid out by Jerron Mousa for a sack of 3.
And he absolutely walloped Patak. Poor Ty Patak had no chance to get rid of it once Musa was bearing down on him. Great play there by the defense of Lincoln.
Now with the 3-yard loss, they're going to go with 3 wide against a nickel here on 2nd down. Patak on the deep drop, throws out right side. It'll be completed to Williams. We'll get about 5 on the return. So ends up turning the negative play last time into a positive play. Now it'll be 3rd and 8.
And it's still a good opportunity for Lincoln to take advantage here and get the football back, force a 3 and out, get some momentum back on your side here in the second half to start things off.
Attack from the shotgun. Quick pass. His throws is caught, but it will be short of the first down. That was a catch there from number 88, Kenny Jefferson, who scored one of the touchdowns for Albuquerque. And yeah, this will be a 3 and out for the Adams, one of the first of the game.
Yeah, and a great start for the Rattlesnakes. Like I said, to get yourself a little bit of a momentum to start that second half, get yourself a confidence booster, and hopefully get some points on the board with your first possession.
Bennington takes the high snap. He'll punt it away. It'll be taken from about the 24 and gets about 3 on the return. And that's about all that they'll get to set up from their own 27-yard line. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Slider throwing the bit of a dart there on first down and makes the catch. Brian Murphy hauling that in with almost one-handed. Ends up getting about 13 on the play.
Yeah, Slider uncorked that one to Murphy, and really, Murphy had no other choice other than to just stick his arm out there and hope it hits it. And sure enough, he was able to make the one-handed grab. A great play to start things off.
Gets it up just outside of the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 once again. Tight end flex to the right side on an offset I formation. We'll hand it off to Lee. Goes on a bit of a counter there to the right side. Ends up going nowhere. Caught up there at the line for no gain.
Yeah, the misdirect play not really effective, unfortunately, for Lincoln, as Logan Lee was trying to do best that he could to get himself at least out of the backfield, but stopped for no gain.
It's kind of the mentality I have when I do some play calling. Don't be cute. Slider to throw. Left side gets it, and it's caught out of. Looks like they caught it and slid out of bounds for Lee, so he'll be credited with the catch, but no yards again. We'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, generally speaking, Ethan, when you get a little bit too cute, that's when bad things happen. So it's always a good idea to not get too cute.
Yeah, because then you start out thinking and outplaying yourself, and then you're losing on both ends at that case. Lincoln going to sled up with 3 wide to the left side. Look with the tight end flex. 1 receiver right. Slider from the shotgun. All in the deep ball left side. It is caught and out of bounds at the 42. Willie Tabor Jr. making the catch. And now Slider over 150 yards passing.
Double TJ doing a nice job redirecting his body and adjusting to this football, falling in and making sure that his knees stayed in bounds. Great job adjusting to the football and making that big-time play.
Puts the ball inside Albuquerque territory. After 2 plays of going nowhere, they get a big gain here. Gets it to the 42. First down and a handoff up the middle for Lee. We'll get up about 3 yards on the play and end up getting walloped down by Gibson. And that'll be 2nd down.
Had some potential there on that play, just didn't quite develop the way that the Rattlesnakes were looking for. But hey, a positive gain is always a positive thing.
And 3 yards in one play is always not bad. That's always above the average. Fakes the handoff here to the fullback. It ends up getting for about a loss of 1 as Simbrowski there to make the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
And Ethan, I know you're very well aware of this as a play caller, but every week it seems like there's always a wrinkle play in there, always something that you're trying to throw into the playbook that might catch the defense off guard. That, I think, was a wrinkle play. Just didn't quite work.
Yeah, unfortunately for there. Slider has plenty of time, looking for a receiver. Oh, that one nearly intercepted. And that one was intended for Lee as Gordon was there to help make the stop. And that will force Lincoln to bring out the punt unit once again.
Yeah, Lincoln doing a nice job moving the football down the field. The big play to Willie Tabor Jr. along the far sideline, extending the drive, but it just kind of sputters out, unfortunately for them. Good job, though, at progressing the football down the field. They seized a little bit of momentum here in the second half. Now their defense is going to have to respond, hopefully, with a punt being pinning the Adams back deep.
Gussie going to try for the coffin corner here. It will be taken at the 15. A bit of a soft kick there that ended up going. It's a net of about 21 yards on the punt. Not a lot of oomph there from the punt. It's going to put Albuquerque just outside their own 20.
Quite the efficient, quite as efficient of a punt that you were looking for if you're Lincoln. So Albuquerque with an opportunity right around the 20-yard line here. They've had the ability to make big plays, big chunk plays. We'll have to see if they do that here.
1 for 5. Oh, and Patak hit as he threw the ball. It'll be incomplete. Nice pressure there from Charles Michael, who brought it up the middle to bring up second down.
Yeah, Charles Michael with a bit of a bull rush, getting into the lap of Patak in a hurry and wrapping him up just as Patak was unleashing the football.
Nice pressure there on the line to force the quick throw to then avoid the sack. Second down and 10, 3 wide receivers. Looks like it's a 33 dime with a little bit of pressure showing. They're only going to rush 3. Attack throwing down the middle, incomplete, intended for Adobe. Ham Anderson was there to bring up the pressure and break it up. It'll be third down.
And Anderson's had himself a good game very quietly. He's been all around the football field, making big plays, making big hits. And that time, a bit of a hip check there on Adobe to make sure that he was the one that was in the right position to bat the football away.
2 and 2 for Patak here from the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Bit of a 33 nickel. They're going to rush 4. Patak throwing the deep ball. It's incomplete. Just outside of the range of Adobe. Looks like he might have gotten there just a little too late. And that'll force out Bennington to kick the football.
Snick Farms out there in coverage. Looked like it was pretty good. Maybe just a little bit better was Adobe. And that was really the only place that Patak could put the football to give Adobe an opportunity at the catch. Couldn't quite make it happen. And with all the offensive firepower that we saw in the first half, we've seen a bit of a sputter in the second half here.
Yeah, we've seen just a bunch of kicking right now for the third quarter. Nice hit there, but Lincoln's going to have nice field position. They're going to set up shop inside the 40-yard line. This weekend, the SFL semifinals come to Next Level Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, when the London Knights welcome in the Arizona Scorpions for a spot at the championship on the line. Saturday's other semifinal, Mexico City at Baltimore, will kick off at 8:45 Eastern on the SFL YouTube channel. For a channel guide and more info about Next Level Sports, visit nlse.com. Run there up the middle for Lee goes nowhere as Gibson is there to help make the stop. And it'll be credited as a loss of 1.
And it's hard to say that Slap had a crashing down to earth while he's still averaging over 10 yards a carry. But he was averaging well over 20 yards a carry not too terribly long ago. Both of these defenses doing a good job adjusting to the run.
The twins to the left for Slider. Gets the catch to Tabor. And he'll get about 6 on the play before getting taken down by Michael Smith Jr. And now we got 3rd down and 5 coming up.
And Tabor Jr. doing a good job just making sure that makes the catch, gets the yardage that he can, and sets them up with a third manageable, opens up the playbook a little bit more.
But they're going 2 and 2 on this one. Going for the throw. Slider. Pressure coming up on the left side. Gonna throw that way. Oh, and it's incomplete. That one intended for Caleb Walker, but walking right into the play was Ricky Robinson.
Might have been just a bit of a late throw, I think. I think he just needed to throw it a fraction earlier so that the receiver could have an opportunity to spin around and make the catch without the safety really giving him any sort of duress there. It's one of those things where it's just a fraction off, and that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, that we always kind of joke around saying football's a game of inches, and it really is, not just on inches on the line, but inches in where you are to catch the football. Is a fair catch called here for Albuquerque. They'll take it at the 24-yard line because those inches, if that's the difference between a great catch and just the ball falling out of your hands.
Yeah, which is what we saw right there. And, it didn't necessarily help that it wasn't to one of the star players on the defense, or excuse me, on the offense. But, if you're out there on the football field, you got to go and make those plays.
Attack and to go under center with an eye. Twins to the right here on first down. He'll throw that direction. Pass is completed to Adobe, who will get out of bounds at the 32. And another 8-yard gain for the Adams. They're going to start slowly burning this clock and burning some yards.
And the Lincoln defense is going to have to continue doing what they've been doing all third quarter long, and that's stopping the Adams. Little bend, don't break, that's fine, but they're quickly running out of time here to get themselves back in the football game, down 3 scores.
Yeah, it's about 15 minutes and change left on the game clock. And this will be a run up the middle for Slap. They'll get the first down, gets wrapped up and brought down by Snick Farms alongside JJ Spike. And then you see Slap already over 150 yards of rushing on the day.
And it was a good patient run by Slap as well, just to make sure he's following the blockers, getting what he needs to get the first down and keep extending the drive.
Power I formation for 1st and 10 on this new set of downs. Patak to throw. Oh, under pressure, and he's double-teamed and brought down for a loss of 6. That's Anthony Robertson alongside Dimitri Monzuma making the sack.
And Robertson was in there in a hurry. He reached out his big ol' arm and made sure that Patak could not get rid of the football. How many times have we seen the defender hitting the quarterback just as he's getting rid of the football? But Robertson making the smart play there, reaching out his arm as soon as he possibly can and bringing Patak down for the sack.
And excuse me, that wasn't Monzuma, that was Jerome Musa making the sack alongside Robertson. They'll be making the catch here on the pass to the left side. He'll get 10 yards back, and now sets up 3rd down and 6.
And congrats to Anthony Robertson for getting his first career sack in the minors. Hats off to him for that. And, Albuquerque trying to get themselves into a 3rd and manageable situation, which is what they're doing currently, bringing up 3rd and 6 after that huge sack. But Lincoln doing a nice job, again, playing the bend, don't break defense. They're going to have to get to a point where they're making plays, though, and getting the football back to the offense.
We'll see if it happens on this one. Attack in the shotgun with 2 and 2. Quick throw down the middle. Caught and just enough for the first down. Another catch there to Bo Laverne. Just enough to move the chains.
And that's a heartbreaker for the Rattlesnakes defense. You set yourself up right at the sticks, and you make the tackle right there. You know it's coming. Forward momentum, though, giving them the first down.
Now at their own 47, power I formation. Run up the middle for Slab. Going to get tackled from behind. And brought down by Luke Swift. He'll only get about a yard on the play as he got behind the wall. It'll be 2nd down.
In Albuquerque, tempo, pace in the first half, not so much here in the second half. They're looking to just make sure that they keep that clock turning.
Looks like they're doing just that now with just about 2.5 to go. Patak and a throw down the middle, incomplete. Through a slew of defenders and wide receivers. Adobe looked like to be the intended target. Now 3rd and 9 is going to be coming up.
It looked like one of those vintage Eli Manning throws from the NFL. My receiver's got to be out there somewhere. And it just didn't quite work out.
Eli Manning, you mean?
Oh, yes.
That's 3rd down and 9 for Patak. He'll be back into 2 and 2. 41 dime package for Lincoln. On the snap, quick pass. Oh, out of his hands, incomplete. And that was another one intended for Laverne, who could not hold on to that football. So Lincoln winning the bend don't break battle there, and they'll get the football back on this punt.
Yeah, and a good job by the Lincoln defense. They'll get the football back. They'll have a little bit of time to possibly get a score in the 3rd before moving into the final frame. Like I said, being down 3 scores, they are running out of time, it seems.
Ball kicked away here. Going to be they're going to let this one go. And a friendly bounce for the Adams. They will down it right at the 2-yard line. Oh, that was a lucky break for the Adams because that was sure to go into the end zone.
It was a nice little pitching wedge, a little bit of backspin. Perfection. Just 3 feet from the hole.
Don't tell me about that. I got the itch. I need to get around in real soon.
It's you and me both, man.
So Lincoln's pinned down at their own 2-yard line. The Twins to the right. Slider. Quick pass. Right side. Caught by Lee. Going to turn it into positive yardage and pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Pushed out there by Mike Smith Jr. And ends up getting a gain of 8 on the play.
Hey, that's all you can do. If your quarterback is standing in his own end zone throwing the football, the fact that you got any sort of positive yardage out of that is a victory. And the fact that you got 8 yards on top of it, even better.
Offset eye here for 2nd and 2. Fakes the handoff to the fullback, and that was not a good idea. The defense was not fooled there. House bringing it down for a loss of 2. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, and it's such a fun play. You know, you love the fullback fake, halfback toss. You know, sometimes it works. We haven't seen a whole lot of success for that, but it's such a fun play.
They're down in 4. Heavy set here. Receiver to the right. They're going to hand it off to Lee, who's going to be just short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and inches from the 12. That will unfortunately be a 3-and-out for Lincoln.
A bit of an interesting call there for Lincoln, going with the run on a 3rd and 5. But almost getting there was Logan Lee. He tried his darndest, just could not quite stretch the football out.
Gussie to kick this away, hoping to get this to about midfield. It'll be up to the 45. And a decent return for Laverne to bring this to the Lincoln 43-yard line. So really good field position for Albuquerque. They're currently up by 17. They have a chance to keep this a 3-score game, maybe even make it a 4-score game if they get in the end zone here.
Yeah, this is a make-or-break possession here for the Lincoln defense. They got to get a stop, keep points off the board if they want to stay in this ball game.
Offset I formation, 3 wide receivers. Nickel pack from Lincoln here on 1st down. Handoff right side for a slap. Caught immediately after he got the ball. It's a loss of 2 on that play. Big stop there from J.J. Spike.
And that's exactly what you want to see from a newcomer if you're the coaching staff of the Rattlesnakes. Great play there by Spike to get the TFL.
Pushing them back just a little bit now to the 45. 2nd and long. Hand off to Slap again. He's going to go left side. And gets brought down almost back to the line of scrimmage. That was Snick Farms stepping up to make that play. Now we got 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, and Farms was contained on that play. Did a nice job collapsing in on the running back, making sure that he did not break contain and actually made the play on top of it. So now it's 3rd and long.
Shotgun set here for Patak. Going to go 2 and 2. Has some time. Pressure coming up the middle. Pass incomplete. Oh, in and out of the hands of Josh Slap. Swift was there to help break up the play. Now Albuquerque, with great field position, has to go 3 and out.
Yeah, and I think that was one of those. He heard the footsteps there, Ethan. I don't know if Slap wanted any part of Luke Swift coming in and laying the hit on him. Couldn't quite. Oh, what do we have here?
We might be pushing this back a few more yards. I think this is a false. This is an encroachment call.
Oh no!
So it'll be 5 more yards. This one called on number 67, Martin Murphy of Link. Who ends up getting called on that one? He's the guard playing defense here on special teams. So it will give Albuquerque a little more breathing room to kick the ball. Oh, you got to figure they're going to try to go for another pin here at the 2.
Absolutely.
Another good coffin kick, maybe another good bounce ought to do it. A little bit of pressure there, but they'll punt it off to the right side. It's going to take a bounce at the 6. Bounce at the 3, and it's down at the 3. Two great punts by the Albuquerque special teams is going to put Lincoln inside the 5 once again. They will start that drive at the start of the fourth quarter. Let's see some 4s, 12s, 86, and 68s in the chat. We got 1 quarter of football left to play here in the Cornhusker State. The Adams lead at 31-14. This is the SFL Minor League on YouTube. Here we go, fourth quarter underway here in Lincoln. Ethan Muslin, Eric Vincent on the call tonight. There'll be a handoff and immediately brought down. He made some forward progress, but Gibson there to make the tackle for loss. It's a 2-yard loss, and they're pushed back just that little bit further.
That was a scary, scary run. Good job by Lee to make sure that the legs stayed churning, because otherwise that was going to end up being a safety and the football back to Albuquerque.
The last thing Lincoln wants to hear is the men without hats. They're going to run it up the gut again. Gets it back to nearly the original line of scrimmage. Lee got about 2 there before getting wrapped up by Smith. So now it's 3rd down, and they're going to say it's 11.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for the Rattlesnakes to be in here to start the fourth quarter, being down by 3 scores.
Slider going to be in the shotgun, 2-2, 32 dime for Albuquerque. Takes the snap, has plenty of time in the pocket, heaves one to the right side, it's tipped and incomplete. Broken up there on that play, Jefferson the intended receiver, and another 3 and out for the Rattlesnakes, and they're having a rough time getting out of their own end of the field.
Yeah, they are definitely having a rough time of it right now. Still an opportunity to get themselves back in the ball game, but again, Slider with a bit of an underthrow. Great protection there for him so that he could uncork the football down the field. Just couldn't quite get it to Fullerton in double coverage.
Gussie gets it away from the back of his own end zone. Going to be taken at the 42. And that's about where they'll put it. They'll give him about a yard and nothing else. Sets up Albuquerque inside the Lincoln 41-yard line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service, APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Attack and a try to throw, but he ended up getting wrapped up and brought down. That is number 57, Jaron Musa, making another sack.
Yeah, Musa's been pretty impressive here along that front 4, causing a whole bunch of ruckus. 2.5 sacks here this evening for Jaron Musa. Nice job.
Loss of 2 there on that play. Now up attack. We're going to have 3 wide and an offset eye. Stepping back under pressure, gets it away. A bit of a wobbler around the defender and incomplete. Swift had it all over his body, but nothing going there. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, poor Swift was looking everywhere for the football. Little did he know it was spinning like a dime on his back. Couldn't quite locate it before it hit the turf. Unlucky for him.
Bring up 3rd down and 12. Once again, 3 wide with an offset eye. Full pack for Lincoln. Attack on the quick step. Throws to the left side. It'll be completed. Contacted down at the 38. Catch there made by Ed Williams, but this will be another 3 and out for Albuquerque. But I don't think they mind this, considering they are winning the field position battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lincoln, their defense doing everything they possibly can to get the ball back to their offense, to get some points on the board. Just the field position battle has been won heavily by the Albuquerque Adams here this evening. Lincoln not having any opportunity to move the football.
Bennington on the coffin kick. It'll be returned at the 15 and only get a couple of yards there. So more comfortable field position with the net punt of about 20 yards. Better field position here for Lincoln. They're still down 17 now with 8.5 minutes left to go here in the game.
Yeah, much better position for them to possibly do something with the football, but their offense, actually both offenses, have gone completely stagnant here in this second half total.
Yeah, no points scored here. This will be a free play. Lee's going to go nowhere there, but it's not going to matter. That'll be a free 5 yards on the offsides.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 55, defense.
That one called on number 55 of Albuquerque. That is Moses Talway, the defensive end. So that's a free 5 yards, a free stopped clock, and it'll be first down and 5.
Slider having himself a bit of a rough day here, Ethan, trying to do everything he can to keep his team in the ball game.
Yeah, still trying to get his first passing touchdown this season. Gonna hand it off to Lee. Unfortunately, he ends up going nowhere. It's a loss of 1 on the play. With that man, Dimitri Monzuma, helping make the tackle.
Had a ton of points in the first half of play, 45 between these two teams, and since then, goose egg.
Yeah, it's been a tale of 2 halves. Both of these teams have been really struggling to get points. Penalty marker here on this play. Lee's going to wipe around, get about 6 or so on the pass, but I think this might be going back. No, it's a defensive holding call against Mike Smith Jr., so that's going to make it an automatic first down from effectively where Lee ended up going down.
And that's a huge play there. That might be just what Lincoln needed, just the kick in the keister that they needed to get themselves back here in this ball game.
A bit of a reprieve there as they get a new set of downs at the 27. Heavy set for first and 10. Hand it off. Lee cuts up the middle. Getting a little bit of patience with no blockers. It's getting wrapped up by Grimm. It'll be a gain of 5.
Yeah, that play developed nicely along the first level of the offensive line and defensive line for Lincoln, and then there just was nowhere for looking Lee to go. Had to slam on the brakes and take what he could get.
Another heavy set here with the receiver to the right. And hand it off, and again, Lee gets caught immediately at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as a Singletary, the Charleston Predator, making that play for third down.
Yeah, not beneficial for the Rattlesnakes right now as the clock continues to tick away on them. Not getting those big chunk plays that they were earlier in the ball game through their run offense. And now Kenny Slider going to have to go through the air.
They'll have twins to the right here for third down. Quick pass for Slider. Rolls out. Throws right side, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Intended there for Murphy. And that is some great defensive coverage by Alex Marshall. And that will force Lincoln to bring out the punt unit once again.
Yeah, and Slider needed to put a little bit more loft on that football, and I think he would have possibly found Murphy. As he was past the defense, there were 3 white jerseys in the area, but he was past the defense regardless. Firing that bullet was not necessarily the type of pass that you wanted to throw on that play.
Another punt away here for Gussie, who will take it up to the 27-yard line. So good job kicking it away and getting Albuquerque into a little bit of a pressure situation on their field position. They had been winning it for a good chunk of this quarter, and now they're going to be stuck in their own 30.
Yeah, Lincoln finally getting an opportunity to play a little field position battle with Albuquerque. It's not terrible field position, but it's certainly not starting in your opponent's territory, so the Lincoln defense getting a little bit of a sigh of relief.
They're still going to have to try to force a 3-and-out here to get back into this game after down 3 scores. Handoff to Slap. Right side will get about 6. And he gets taken down by Harper. And look at that. Josh Slap averaging nearly 8.5 yards per carry this game.
Yeah, he's had a very, very impressive day. I mean, anytime you can go ahead and run the ball 94 yards for a touchdown, I'd say that's a pretty darn good day.
Absolutely. Power I formation with about 5.5 to go here in the game. And Slap again, going to get about 4. So 5 on one play, 5 on the other. This one, Monzuma making the tackle. Now third down and 1. You think they're going to run it up the gut once again?
Yeah, might as well. And this is pretty much the ball game here for the Rattlesnakes. If they're not able to get a stop here, I don't see them getting the football back with enough time to overcome 3 scores.
Another power I set here for third and 1. Hand off to Slap, left side. Will they get him? They do get him behind the line.
Wow.
That's a great stop from the Lincoln defense. Again, Monzuma making the big critical stop. That'll force Albuquerque to kick it away.
And both Spike and Monzuma have both showed their worth as newcomers here to this Rattlesnakes football team. They've both been making plays here this evening. Great sign for things to come from this coaching staff and from this team as a whole.
Here's the punt from Bennington. Will be taken from the 28 and get right about to the 30. So it'll basically flip the field from one side to the other. Lincoln gonna need to get some yardage here, at least get a field goal to bring it to within 2 scores. But at this point, they're gonna have to start thinking about the onside kick game. They only got 4.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to start making adjustments here. The run-heavy offense that they were going with the majority of the game isn't going to fly here, and it looks like they're starting off here in a pass formation.
Yeah, they're starting off in 2-2, 33 nickel for Albuquerque. Slider to throw, left side, gets the deep ball, wide open catcher for Willie Tabor Jr. Can he shake him? He doesn't need to, because he's going to go all the way. One play, touchdown, Lincoln.
And that's all Kenny Slider needed. He just needed an opportunity to throw himself a dime, and Willie Tabor Jr. made the most of that opportunity, just running his route perfectly towards that near sideline. Slider recognizing the one-on-one coverage, spots the football perfectly, and WTJ, he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
And Kenny Slider finally gets that monkey off his back. That's his first passing touchdown this season. He's got it on the board. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. He's got it, and that's going to be a good feeling for him as the extra point from Kiefer is up and through. That'll make it 31-21 with 4:19 to go here in the fourth. Now you got a bit of a quandary here. Do you go for the regular kick and hope on your defense, or onside kicking? And I think they're going to go for the onside here.
Yeah, you got to go for the onside, unfortunately, and Lincoln scoring pretty quickly there is definitely beneficial for them, but they got to get this onside kick.
Has to go at least 10 yards. Ball is still out. It's still loose, and it's on Lincoln. Lincoln's got the football, recovered by Caleb Walker, and they've got a chance to get back in this.
Yeah, watching this thing pop up and then Albuquerque having all sorts of problems snagging that football. Lincoln able to come up with it and take advantage of the situation. Great turn of events here for the Rattlesnakes as they've got an opportunity to to make this an even closer ball game.
That might be the key point that Lincoln needed to get themselves back into this game. They're down by 10. 4:18 to go. Another big strike here. They might just go with a regular kick here. Slider under pressure. Going to throw out to the left side. Tabor's got it in. It's going to go all the way once again. Touchdown, Lincoln.
All right, everybody wake up. Nap time's over. Put the mats away. Stretch. Get your coffee. Whatever you got to do. Because, hey, we got ourselves a ball game. Finally, we've got some balls being thrown around the yard. Willie Tabor Jr., I'm pretty sure he just passed 200 yards through the air with that catch right there. If not, he's very, very close. But Lincoln is making this a heck of a ball game now. What the heck is happening right now?
We've seen 2 touchdown passes in a row, one for 70 yards, one for 59 yards. And all of a sudden, Lincoln is an extra point for making this a 3-point game. Bit of a struggle there. The kick is blocked!
No.
Oh, no! That is not what you wanted to see. They had a little bit of struggle there setting up the kick. So it will remain 31-27 with 4:10 left to go. I'm not entirely sure that you would go for the onside kick here, but that's what they're going to do. They got it once before. We'll see if they can do it again. And this one, bobbled again!
Again!
And it's recovered by Lincoln!
No way!
Are you kidding me? First one recovered by Caleb Walker. This one recovered by Tyler Gand as everyone's scrumming for the football. And suddenly, it's Lincoln ball once again. Now with 4:06 to go in the game, they have a chance to take the lead.
The cardiac reptiles are not going down without a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
They have a chance to take the lead here, possibly make it a 3-point game. Slider throws right side, tipped and incomplete. That one was intended for Fullerton, but it goes nowhere on that throw. It'll be second down.
And Doug Day in the chat just woke up from a little snooze fest, and coincidentally, Lincoln just woke up. And, old Double D is wondering if that's the coincidence or what's going on here.
Oh, it's the nature of the beast that is the Simulation Football League, and it's why we keep coming back for more. Slider from the shotgun. It's 2-2. And they have time. Plenty of time. Throws the ball right side. Tipped, and it's intercepted! Picked off by a Singletary. Got room to go inside Lincoln territory down to the 44.
Man, and Kenny Slider is just kicking himself right now after he threw that ball. He had plenty of time to get rid of the football. Looked like he might have had the post route going the opposite way, but instead tried to fit another tight ball there and just couldn't quite get it to the receiver. Now, being down by 4, Ethan, there's an opportunity still for the Rattlesnakes. It's not like they're down by 3 scores anymore.
Yeah, they just suddenly jumped up to a 4-point deficit. Slap going to take the run here on first down. It's a gain of 3. If anything, Lincoln can bend their defense enough to where they only concede a field goal. And they would still need the touchdown, but then the touchdown would be to tie rather than to take the lead.
And honestly, Ethan, I would argue that Lincoln still has the momentum in this game based off of how their defense has been playing in the second half.
Heavy I formation for 2nd and 7. Attack from under center. Gonna milk this clock for all it's worth. 5 seconds on the play clock. Handoff to Slap, right side. Makes a little bit of contact. He'll get caught right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And nice little stop there from Charles Michael to bring up 3rd and 6.
And as we talked about, both these teams responding well to the run offense of their opponents and clamping down on it. Not a whole lot of big plays from the run game in the second half that we've seen.
Attack changing up this play. They get the first down here. They might control their own destiny. I formation. 6 yards for the first. Handoff. Slap. Gets contact at the line and wrapped up and brought down. Number 57, Jaron Musa, who's been a critical player for the line here at Lincoln. And Albuquerque going to have to punt this away.
He has been an absolute force, an absolute wrecking ball along that front 4, and he's been all over the place today. Keeps Albuquerque out of field goal range, and Lincoln is going to have an opportunity to win the football game.
Unbelievable. From down 17, now down 4. They have a chance to take the lead, but there's going to be a milking of the clock here for Albuquerque, and they will take it down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in Lincoln. They're going to get the ball back with about 1:55 to go, and they're down by 4. You're watching the SFL Minor League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. So Bennington will punt this away. Likely going to end up probably around the 10, maybe the 5. Kick is on its way, moving to about the right side. They're going to let this one bounce, and it's taking a nice bounce, and Albuquerque has to take it inside the end zone. That'll be a touchback and a net punt of about, I want to say about 25, maybe 15 yards.
And that was best case scenario there for the Rattlesnakes, as, man, Ralph Bennington has been fantastic punting the football this evening. And the fact that that one was able to get into the end zone for a touchback, big dub there for Lincoln, and they're looking to get the dub here this evening for their football team.
They're setting up with 2-2 here on first down. It's a 32 dime for Albuquerque. Pressure from the right side. Throws up to the left and caught by Tabor, who goes out of bounds at the 43. A gain of 23 yards. A first down for Lincoln, and it stops the clock with 1:48 to go.
And if that's not a big boy game, I don't know what is. 7 catches, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 of the biggest touchdowns that you could possibly get in the latter part of this football game, and he's still making plays.
Would not be surprised if Tabor is the target once again. He's already had 2 touchdowns just in this quarter. Would not be surprised if he gets number 3 for the
Watch
go-ahead.
him down there at the bottom of the screen, Ethan. One-on-one coverage, it looks like.
Slider with 3 to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to throw it up. Tabor makes the catch. Still on his feet, gets the first down. Gets to the Albuquerque 46. They're going to let the clock run. I like this play call. They're going into no huddle. Slider with the snap. Throws right side. 10's caught, and it's out of bounds. Fullerton had his hands on it, but he was just outside.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. I was about to say the booth might review this one because it looked like they might have gotten a tippy toe in there. Fullerton made a nice attempt on the football.
Gonna take another look here.
Ooh, yeah,
that's a catch.
That's a catch.
Yeah, that is absolutely a catch. So this will be overturned. It will be a reception.
The pass was incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds. Second down.
Oh no, they're saying the call stands. That's man, that is tough.
Okay.
Oh, that is disappointing to see. Because it looked like he clearly had that.
Wow.
So the ruling on the field stands. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 46. 2 and 2 for Slider. Gonna throw up down the middle. Oh, that was nearly intercepted. And it looks like Alex Marshall was there to break up the play. And to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, he was looking for Tabor Jr. again, but that was not the ball that you wanted to throw. Plenty of defensive help over the top on that play.
So now 3rd down and 10 from the Albuquerque 46. Again, Slider going to go 2 and 2 from the shotgun. 32 dime for Albuquerque. And a throw under pressure. Can't get it away in time. And Lincoln will have to call their timeout with 2 left. It's going to be 4th and very long to go. A big tackle on that play by Terry Saunders.
Perfect call for the corner blitz. It's one of those situations where you haven't seen it a whole lot all game long. You're not going to be looking for it here on 3rd and long, trying to get a big-time completion to keep yourself in the ball game. There it is. Saxon back for a big loss, and now it's 4th and a country mile.
Oh, man, they got to get to their 25-yard line to move the chains. This is your ball game right here, 4th and 19. Slider from the shotgun. Throwing the deep ball right side. It was Tabor, the intended target, and it's knocked away by Marshall. It's a turnover on downs. Albuquerque is going to get away with this.
Great play by Alex Marshall, pinpointing the football, backing up, just has his eyes on the football the entire way after he turned his hips. And a good job there, just outstretching the fingertips and making sure that the receiver couldn't make a play on the ball.
So Albuquerque will still need to run some plays with Lincoln having 2 timeouts. There is a chance they might get the ball back, but they'd be pinned down in their own territory as a tackle on slap is for no gain. That's another timeout for Lincoln. They'll have 1 left with 1:16 to go. And then that's a decent tackle there from number 91. That is Zeus Howard, one of the linebackers.
Yeah, it's tough to say exactly how much time they would have left. Be willing to bet maybe 15 seconds. Maybe.
It depends on what happens here. If it's a 1st down, then it's over. Hand off to Slap, up the middle, gets about 6. There's the final timeout for Lincoln. So this will be the ball game for them. They got to make the stop here. And that should bring it down to about 1:05. Doing my quick math, at about 25 seconds on the punt. Yeah, they'll have probably about 20 seconds to move downfield. But if the first down happens here, then that is ball game. Handoff slap, right side, and he's wrapped up and brought down. That's a great stop by the defense of Lincoln. Big tackle from number 59, Harry Frommond. And Albuquerque will have to punt this away. And looks like they'll kick it away with about 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, this Lincoln defense has done everything they possibly can to keep their team in the ball game, continuing to do work here, giving their team an opportunity one last time at the football.
So they will let this one run down. Bennington will probably kick it with about 3 seconds to go. That'll put it at about the 30-second mark. There it goes. Kick is on its way. It will be taken... and some contact made. Ooh, nice job by the special teams to bring the ball down at the 6. So there'll be 22 seconds left on the clock for Lincoln. And they got to go 94 yards to win this game.
But you know what, Ethan? They've had themselves 2 onside kicks that they've recovered. They've had 2 big-time pass plays to Willie Tabor Jr. to get Kenny Slider his only 2 passing touchdowns on the season so far. And to get themselves within 1 possession of this football game, magic can happen again.
It absolutely can. They're going to 2-2 again here on first down. Dime pack for Albuquerque. Slider on the big step. Throwing deep to the right side. It is intercepted. That is going to do it. Dante Grimm just stealing the game away from Lincoln. And Albuquerque's going to get away with a big survival victory.
No kidding. And hey, hats off to Albuquerque. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to come out there dealing with all of the magical things that are happening for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes and still having enough oomph and enough gumption to put your foot down and be like, no, enough is enough. We're taking this football game. And that's exactly what they did here this evening. They'll walk out of here with a 4-point win right when it looked like they were going to have a very convincing win.
Yeah, it was looking to be about a 17-point victory, and then Lincoln just absolutely ran up and nearly took it away. But Albuquerque will go to 2-1. They defeat the Rattlesnakes at home, 31-27. Lincoln's going to fall to 1-2. Next week, Lincoln will face Lexington in Kentucky, and Albuquerque will be hosting Annapolis. And look at that, both sides putting up pretty good numbers, nearly almost 400 yards apiece on each side of the ball.
Yeah, and honestly, the story is the turnover battle. Albuquerque not turning the football over at all today, doing a nice job taking care of the football. And meanwhile, Kenny Slider was very, very all over the place. It was a roller coaster ride. You never quite knew what you were going to get. Sometimes you would get plays like this, where he just finds Willie Tabor Jr. on a perfectly thrown pass, and it was just beautifully done. And there were other times where he would just panic and throw the football up into coverage, and Albuquerque was able to take advantage of that, including getting a pick 6 earlier in the first half. So it was a very up and down ball game for Lincoln. They've got a lot of good things happening for them. Kenny Slider doing a nice job, finally getting into that touchdown stat column for the season. And I expect big things for the Rattlesnakes to come.
Absolutely. And kind of harkening back to what we were talking about, that pick 6 was pretty much the deciding factor in this game. If that one doesn't happen, Lincoln takes the lead, and the onus would be on Albuquerque to try to score, and we'd be talking about a completely different ball game with Lincoln making a big 14-point comeback to win it.
It is only fitting that is the situation that befalls this game.
Player of the game honors for tonight are going to go to Josh Slapp. He had a fantastic day. 27 runs, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 17 receiving yards, including that big 94-yard run. That was pretty much the meat and potatoes of that offensive performance from Slapp. But he gets the honors, and it's well-deserved. Final score once again here from Lincoln. The Adams get away with their lives. They win it against Lincoln 31-27. And that will do it for us here in the booth. For my broadcast partner, Eric Vincent, for producer, commissioner extraordinaire Cameron Irvine, I'm Ethan Muslin. This has been a presentation of the SFL presented by APM Music. Next week, more minor league action and the championship game in the majors. Not going to want to miss that. We'll see you next time.